Okay, I want to attempt to give you a little demonstration on how to set up the vertical navigation here on the G530. So this is what the display looks like when you first enter your flight plan or you've loaded it into the GPS. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes here. And so by clicking on the VNAV screen, we can then go up and set up our profile. And what I'm setting up here is the target altitude that I want to be at when I reach a specific waypoint. And we'll choose the altitude, we'll choose the miles before the specific waypoint. For example, I'm going to choose all the way at the bottom here, Finca. That's the waypoint that I want to select to be at a specific altitude. Here in the VS profile field, I'm going to select the feet per minute that I want to descend at as I approach Finca, and I've set that at 500 feet. So going back up to the target position, I'm going to change the number of miles that I want to be at my target altitude before I reach Finca, and I'm going to change that to 3 miles before. So I want to be at 1900 feet 3 miles before I reach Finca, and I want to descend at 500 feet per minute. You'll notice that the VSR field is empty, but that will change as we get into our flight. Okay, and we're back at the main page here on the navigation. I'm going to make a slight change to this page so that I can easily see the vertical speed profile. To do that, I'm going to click on the menu button, and then using this small knob, I'm going to turn it until I get to change fields, and then hit enter. And at the top you'll see the first field that I can change. Using the small knob now I can scroll all the way down to the bottom and select vertical speed required, and then hit enter. Now going to the clear button, I'm going to left click, hold, and right click, and now I get a new screen, and you'll notice that VSR, vertical speed required, is indicated in the upper left hand corner. And you can see the other 4 fields, one in each corner, that can also be changed if you ever want to change any of those by repeating that same process. I can always go back and recheck the profile, or even change it by clicking on the VNAV soft key at the bottom of the screen. Now that we're into our flight aways, I'm going to be watching the vertical speed required field, and once it gets to 400 feet, then I will start our gentle descent at 400 feet per minute to get down to our target altitude 3 miles before Finca. So now that we're at cruising altitude, we can adjust the RPM, throttle, and mixture. I like to run the Cessna 182 at about 2400 RPM and about 23 inches of manifold pressure, and then lean out the mixture. Okay, we can now see that our vertical speed required is minus 400 feet. So we'll start our gentle descent now at 400 feet per minute. And of course, as we're descending now, we need to keep an eye on our indicated airspeed so that we don't overspeed the airplane. And now that we're in the clouds, I noticed that my landing light is still on, so I need to flip that off. This navigaph chart shows our approach fixes as we approach Seattle. Now that we're into our approach, we can go ahead and select approach mode before we reach Finca, and then we'll be captured onto the glide path, which will navigate us vertically right on down to the runway. When you reduce your throttle to below 11 inches of manifold pressure, the landing gear warning comes on to let you know you need to be lowering your landing gear. As we pass over Finca, we have been captured on the glide path, and you can see that we are descending now at 400 or 500 feet per minute, and the glide path will take us right on down to the runway. All we need to do at this point now is manage the throttle and flaps.
Seattle ground, November 1021 X-ray taxi to parking.
November 1021 X-ray taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway November Tango Papa cross